kiln unloading video here. This one is with mostly my black pieces because that black does not do well in a gas kiln. It bubbles and makes all sorts of mess. So I'm actually having to fire an electric kiln, but it has been cool the last 2 nights. So an early cool spot in Nova Scotia, it's still August, it was 4 degrees centigrade the other night. There you go. So why the black has a bad time, I don't know, because it's a black stain that's in this black glaze, but it really was ugly. So here's what it looks like in the electric kiln, which is really nice. It has a sheen to it, so it's not totally like chalkboard, but and it's, you know, has a nice feel. It's, at least it's not horrible to like cutting with a knife on it. But anyway, that is a beauty. It's one of the Cove series, Iceland kind of thing, and but basically a really nice platter. Then, because I couldn't fill everything with black, I got a bunch of regular pieces, blue, green, oh no, sorry, chun green on just a regular bowl, and a bunch of mugs which you've seen before, purple, variegated blue, and oatmeal. This is chun green as well, which I don't think works well on a speckled clay. Oh, you can tell it's a beach day, they're racing to the beach. Purple with variegated blue and oatmeal. It goes a dusty pink over the oatmeal over the purple. And when it's over the variegated blue, it does its usual stuff. So that's a nice contrast. There you go. Dipped in, same glazes dipped in different ways. Another chun green with the oatmeal over the speckled clay. It's nice enough, but, and there's the blue, green, copper, red, which is a little nicer. And this is a refire. It didn't look very good the first time, so did it work this time? It still came out easily enough. Yeah, it's worked. That's good. It had some crawling on it. So this is a nice, the plate will be really happy it's got its dome. Okay, here is another one of the black pieces with some new experiments. What do you think? I think it looks nice because it's my oatmeal added to the variegated blue, variegated blue, black with some oatmeal poured over the variegated blue. And I was a stroke of genius, I think, because it really looks like the icy mountains in the distance. Very nice blue on the background as well. Yeah, that's a nice platter. And then pouring on bowls is very difficult, but this worked out pretty good. I added the green in this one before the variegated blue and then the black, and I think that worked out pretty nice too. So spring in Iceland. Or in Newfoundland and Labrador, part of Canada. But the same here, only a variation again. We've got the strong blue in the center with some dark blue added. And then I add the variegated blue, and then I did green in the top. So we've got another variation. It's nice to experiment. And chun green on the back looks absolutely beautiful. Well, no, that's not chun, that's my apple green. But look at the great chattering. Was the other one the same? Oh, that was in blue. So the blue isn't as good with the chattering, although it does show it up. Mostly black, remember. So here we go, next layer down. Another variation. I did the matte turquoise in that mix as well. So you still have the blue, the variegated blue and the black, but then you have the matte turquoise instead. So I did like 4 or 5 different variations of this design. And that's really nice too. And the blue on the outside. So I wish I'd done the apple green. It really looked good. This one looks okay. Got some nice chattering, but the green was much nicer, I think. And this is an order. Somebody wanted me to do the matte turquoise in the mix with these on mugs, and so I did. And that's nice. I only did a couple, I think, for the order, so she's got a nice choice of 2. But I think the white, I'm going to play with that oatmeal for the caps of the mountains. That was really nice. And then we've got a bunch of random regular ones. Must be black all on the bottom. Bright yellow, everybody loves that at the moment. The purple, and the variegated blue, you've seen that one already. This one looks, well, this is very, this is a special order for somebody who wanted Trout Point Lodge written on everything. So it's just an experiment for this person. She might order more after this, she's seen one. LaHaye Bakery one. And then we got lots of greens. Another purple one for the LaHaye Bakery. And very blue, green, copper, red, which actually goes red, remember, in the gas kiln. That's a nice one though. Doing happy colors. Oh, look at this one's nice. Yeah. Blue, green, copper, red with the matte turquoise. And then the meeting in the middle. And there's another one of those. I'm out of bright color mugs, so I did everything bright colors. I've got lots of brown mugs left. Brown is not popular this year. And then over the white clay, blue, green, copper, red over the top of matte turquoise. Very nice, much brighter feel. Same again. Last one is over speckled clay. Very nice, just add the actual speckles as well. The last level down is a special order 2, which I remade. The dark blue, which is what she asked for. And then all black mugs. So light blue, variegated blue, black. Matte turquoise, variegated blue, black. I'll put some pictures in the back of the video of these. Variegated blue, bright blue, or is it oatmeal? Don't think it's the oatmeal. I think it's variegated blue and then bright blue at the bottom. The oatmeal does look so white. This is nice. This is bright blue, and I think I did green, and then and the green over the black didn't do much really, but it made a sort of slightly different look to it. And then bright blue, variegated blue, I think. Well, no, I think it's the green again. Green in the middle. Matte turquoise, variegated blue, and black. Matte turquoise, variegated blue, and black. Yeah, but I think the variegated blue, then the matte turquoise. Well, that grey is, I think, from the matte turquoise overlapping the actual black, which is really strange, giving you a grey. Bright blue, variegated blue, black, or is it green? But it's giving you that grey. I'm confused on this, don't listen to the thing I say. This one, bright blue at the bottom. Then we've got, I think, the green, but it could be the variegated blue on very thinly. Just don't know. Got me mystified. And then we've got the matte turquoise over the black, and that's where you get in that grey, and there's the matte turquoise at the bottom. All the glaze recipes are in my videos, so if you like anything, you can figure out how to do it. But that looks like bright blue up to there, and then there was another one dip there to there, which I think is probably, it could be the chun green. I'm not sure. Yeah, that could be the chun green, because it doesn't do much to the black, and chun green is a Good morning, it's Vaughan at westcoastbellpottery.ca, Nova Scotia, Canada. As you can see, it is early morning at the moment. I got up very early today because it's a big day. I got to unload a whole gas kiln and then pack it all up again. But it's beautiful this morning, so enjoy the view. Hi again. I just wanted to show, I'm going to open it in a sec. I had purchased one of these quite a few years ago, and it's absolutely now essential for firing this gas kiln. I removed my baffle brick and replaced it, and I've had all sorts of problems all year of the temperatures not being even in the kiln. So I've been gradually kind of checking and experimenting, and I've been removing some of the fire bricks so the gas can get through along the bottom of the actual kiln, as well as being bounced up by the baffle brick over the top and back down. So I can open up a little channel and I've got some gas. This firing, there was only 6 degrees difference between top and bottom. That's really pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if electric kilns can't pull that off. Maybe I should check it out. But anyway, this has 2 thermocouples that go in the kiln, top and bottom. And the one at the back is the one that comes with the kiln. So I got 3 zones that I can check temperatures on now. And there's literally just 6 degrees difference between the areas of the kiln. So that's really excellent. That's what I'm expecting, a good firing. So we'll see. Let's see. Looks fairly even. Let's check the cones. So the top 7 is bent over still, and 7 is just starting on the bottom. So I did get it a little hot, and I've done that in the past and it's been fine. So I think that I mean the temperature was literally 6 degrees difference, so that's what's interesting. So maybe I should have looked at my cones a bit better, but I thought I was waiting for them both to go over. But this 7 was just starting when this one was going down. So I'm not sure what the difference there's only like 14-15 degrees difference between those 2 cones. But anyway, it looks like it was a good firing. And you can tell if it was a good firing because the blues, this is supposed to be an oxidation firing, since I don't do reduction in my gas kiln, because those colors just never sold for me in this area. People like blues and greens. Yeah, it's warm. The blue is good. So that means I got a good oxidation firing, at least in that temperature, in that area of the kiln. We'll see whether there's anything different. The blue, green, copper, red tells me for sure. But this is a dinner set, so I really wanted to make sure those turned out good. That's a little hot. I'm going to leave that one. This is the dark blue, and that one is pretty dark and all that. So, but it's still blue. But in gas kilns, the blues tend to go darker than they would in the electric kilns. Let's tip you down a touch. This is that weird glaze that I use randomly. It's got a touch of crawling going on just there. It's actually a speckled blue that I have, and I don't know the recipe because I mixed a couple of glazes together to get this. So it just comes out this sort of speckly blue, which is kind of nice. I got the original recipe. It was called Baby Blue out of some book. I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was called Baby Blue. But now I've darkened it by adding other blue glazes to it. The chun green makes me want to carve some pieces because it just looks so luscious. It's a really nice green for doing like carving. I guess on porcelain or B-Mix 5 would work for that. Not sure if this is the one. Yes, it is. Here's one of Jackie's little lids that she does to keep your coffee warm. And I've got a little hole in the, oh, there's the stilt mark. Sorry, get that out. There's a hole inside so you don't press your coffee over the rim as you put the lid on. That turned out nice. There's a bunch of whales in here because I was running out. So we have a large number, probably about 10 or 12 of these coming out, which I have to hang up on the wall straight away because this is a holiday weekend and I'm really looking thin. It's been a very good season. We're up about 7-8%. Blue, green, copper, red, which is totally turquoise, so we know we have a really good oxidation firing. And there's the chattering on the underside of that one. Yeah, that glaze is pretty amazing when I get this off. It actually will go totally red if I did a reduction firing. See if this is the lid for that one. It's not the lid because it should, this is speckle clay, that's actually white clay. So we need a little bit of, I got to find the right mug, but it fits on there. Matte turquoise with variegated blue and oatmeal. Get the stilt on. So I'll look for the lid, but there's a nice, Jackie does a nice job carving these little birds. They take longer than the coffee mug to do. Oh, this was an experiment. Wow. Didn't expect it to look like that. But I was just playing with green and red. Remember, we were told years ago, and red and green should never be seen. I've said that before. But the green went a sort of funny green. I didn't know what it would do over the yellow. It's apple green over the yellow, but it kind of doesn't, I don't know, somebody might like it. But we'll see. It is bright. And I can't believe I made 2 of them. And that's chun green again. Just really, a really great glaze for chattering. Very nice. That's the bright blue with the variegated blue and oatmeal. And the oatmeal did terrific on these. And there's the dark blue with the variegated blue and oatmeal, and it sort of fades out on the dark blue. Although that one, is that dark? No, that's the bright blue. Over the speckled clay. Cooler now. Part of the dinner set. I don't think this is the lid. No, it's too big. There's a nice chun green with variegated blue and oatmeal. Really pretty. It's another cat lid waiting for its mug. Oh, I know. That was that one. There you go. So that looks at you as you drink your coffee. Hi. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to drink your coffee, but he's looking right at you. And this is the Folk Art White, which I added some yellow iron oxide to give it that orange color. Because that is a really nice orange with apple green and oatmeal over it too. Here's another experiment. I just wanted to do some brushwork to play with some colors to see what I would get. And I'm not sure what I did there, because I've got like the purple, and then I think it's the oatmeal that's brushed in over the top to give me that dusty pink color. Because it isn't a pink, it's basically the oatmeal over the top of the purple. But the purple has some chrome oxide in it, which means it would go cranberry. It makes sense to get that cranberry line is actually my cranberry glaze. So we've got a dusty pink, cranberry and purple. Very bright colors for a stoneware firing, where I wasn't using any, you know, like mason stains or anything. That looks fun. That's very fun. That's quite nice. This is just pouring glazes over the piece. Blues, matte turquoise, apple green, and variegated blue by the look of it. There's another whale. I'm going to have to hang some of these up very quickly. And another. This is really nice. I like that one. That was a big whale. And I used variegated blue on this one, which I don't do very often. So I glazed it variegated blue and then put some bright blue over the top. Gave me a lot more depth in the color, I think. And another one. I think I did the same to that one, although maybe that one is just the bright blue. But these two whales turned out really good. They're hard to pack. I hate it when somebody buys one and it says they're going to take it on an airplane. And there's another one. These two, this is diving the other direction. So these will make a nice display. You could have 3 of these playing on a wall. That would be really nice. You've seen these before. Bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal, and yeah, my folk art white with apple green and oatmeal. Chun green again with the chattering. Do I have one of these? This looks like it might be this one. So there's the lid for that one. Dark blue and bright blue, both with variegated blue and oatmeal. About 30-40 minutes later. And I wanted to get that before it was, so I could handle it, because I really liked it. And I didn't want to risk it cracking by taking it out too hot. Well, now it's probably, yeah, it's cooler than a cup of tea, but you could drink. So that's a nice platter. Yeah, that's a beauty. And it's got the groove on the back where I have an undercut where I can put picture wire around and hang it on a wall. Because I'm short of pieces for the wall at the moment. We've sold a lot of wall pieces too. 2 more for the dinner set. That makes the dinner set complete, except for my wife's 2 large platters that she's still trying to do for it. The mist is now lifting, so it's probably about 8:30. 8:45 this morning. Still quiet around here, but as you can see, the fog lifts in the morning. We always get fog a little bit in the morning, and because of the warm air, or is it cold air? That's right, and warm water. And there's a grey whale. It's a humpback whale, basically. So I colored some of these grey and some blue. They look, both in the display look really good when they're different colors. Another one of the grey whales, humpback whales. There's the big sperm whale. Okay. This is chun green. And it bleached out a little bit because that was near the flame. So that's interesting. It sort of goes faded. That was pointing right where the flame was going through. Like I said, I punctured a hole in the actual baffle bricks to let some heat go through, and that was the result, some bleaching. Bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal. That'll match the dinner set, so I'll put it with that. Any of you want it. 2 more of what you've seen earlier in the firing. 2 dark blues, variegated blue and oatmeal. 2 bright blues, variegated blue and oatmeal. Oh, here's another one of that speckled. It's my speckled blue, and it actually did a little bit of crawling in that spot there too. I wonder what that's about, but it has a texture like a mottling. So it's not a horrible blue, but I got about 8 gallons of it, and I haven't used it hardly at all, so maybe I've got to start using it, see whether it sells. The bright blue, the dark blue, with variegated blue and oatmeal. Another bright blue, And this is how I fire the cheese dishes with a little stilt underneath on top of a kiln prop and a cheese dome. Here's another one of those landscape platters. A little bit smaller than the other one. Oh, got a little blue in the edge there, haven't it? My oatmeal is much whiter than it usually is, and I like it because I add iron oxide, yellow iron oxide to my oatmeal, but last batch I decided not to and just let a little bit from the previous batch mix in with it, and it's giving me a whiter, so I'm just going to reduce that a lot. But I like these platters with all the glazes. It's just pouring. Here's a variation. I decided to put turquoise in the sky instead of the oatmeal, and that's nice too. So many choices. There's a bright blue, same as the dinner set, so I'll save that for him to see. Just a regular little bowl with folk art white and apple green. This is a poured piece. You can see it with the blue at the sky and different variegated blue, matte turquoise. I'm not even sure what else is in the center there, but we've got other colors poured in the center across. Here's another bowl using the pouring technique. I've shown this in previous videos on glazing. Looks to me like variegated blue, matte turquoise, bright blue, and possibly a little bit of oatmeal in there. Also matches the dinner set. So I have a bunch of these. A whole bunch of dark blue and light blue and bright blue mugs. This one's for the bakery, but they're all like that, so I'll skip over these. Oh, what did that? Isn't that interesting? It's almost even. I mean, if you could create that, it's actually purple. With something over the top, and my guess would be it's not oatmeal, but I would have guessed variegated blue, but it didn't do it on that side. So what's that about? This side was just one tiny little one of them, and on this side lots of it. So I don't know whether to save that. It's a nice bowl. I just have to reglaze that one little edge. I can put it right back in. I'm back in the kiln again today. It could be matte turquoise, but I'm not sure. And here's one that was a refire with lots of oatmeal put over the top. I'm not sure if I like that at all. The outside's kind of nice. But that was a refire. There was too yellow. I decided it was just too yellow, and I just put the oatmeal over it, and my oatmeal is very opaque. I have a bunch more of these, which is the bright blue. And we've got a few others in here, but a whole bunch of yellow, and that is really working well in the gas kiln. The speckled turquoise looks really nice too, and that's the 455 clay with the blue, green, copper, red over the top. And this is one that is for with the cat head on the top. There's the stilt, if I can get it knocked out. So that's one of the cat head mugs. So I should show you that. Once again, it's kind of nice, very cute the way he looks at you as you're getting your coffee and you go and take a drink. The yellow could go on any of these. And he's got a cat with a bird on his head. And here's a little chicken one. So these lids kind of go on a variety of different size coffee mugs. so we could interchange them. This is the mug for the little lid, so it can go on this one too. So there's a couple of mugs that you can pick for this one to go on.
Morning.
Morning, Laura. Another variation, greens, all greens. Yeah, green, apple green, matte turquoise, and chun green, all intermixed. And it's sort of nice. Very little contrast on it. There's the texturing with the chun green. This was an order for somebody. And then we got a bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal bowl. And a couple of mugs, all in bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal. At the bottom of the kiln, I have some big jars, and you do that so that the bottom is easier to heat up for the kiln. It always seems to work, so I always put tall pieces at the bottom. This one looks all right, no running. Lid fits. So it is a large cookie jar. Can we still eat cookies? Oh, there's a little crawling just in that. There's always one thing. Oh no, it's actually glaze drip. Ah, the oatmeal dripped down and made a little puddle. But dark blue, matte turquoise, and variegated blue. Apple green. Looks like variegated blue, apple green, and no matte. I think there might be a little bit of oatmeal on there. Yeah, probably a touch of oatmeal, but not much. But I wanted to show the texture. Purple and matte turquoise, and the matte turquoise, where it overlapped the blue, where the purple gave me a blue. So matte turquoise overlapping purple gives you that blue. Who would have guessed? And then variegated blue over the top. The texturing on these is all from the chattering tools from artisanpotterytools.com. One more large blue tankard, and this is a lid for a guy who bought a birdhouse and he broke the lid, so I made him a new lid. And there's the chattering again from the artisanpotterytools.com. That's how I fire the lids, on stilts. I did wipe off the glaze there because I wanted to make sure it fit on the jar. Sometimes the glaze thickness makes the lid not fit after the firing. That one I wiped off it too. I left it on the jar, but wiped it off on the lid. Makes the fit a little nicer, and it worked. Oh, that one I didn't, because the lid must have been quite loose. So I needed the thickness to tighten it up a bit. And it's still loose, so that was just the way it was. So that's the first glaze unpacking. So we had an electric kiln, now we've got this one. And I've got one more kiln to pack right away today. It's about 9:15 now, so I'll have it packed and firing tomorrow. So we'll finish up this video with that one coming up next. Remember to grease the wheels a bit. Okay, this is a refire, so I'm interested in seeing this. This one didn't work very well when I fired it the first time, so I just refired it. It's a very old piece and it's been sitting on the shelf. I don't know what glazes are on it, but it looks better this time anyway. It's a really cute little cup. Maybe my wife is going to want that. It has a certain wood ash look to it in a way. This is an order, and I don't know if they will like it or not, but I think it's fairly nice. It's a bit more less subtle than the one the people saw a piece and wanted to order one different size. It looks a bit different, but I really think it's a nice looking platter. Jackie did this, and so it's a carved piece with then glazing just sponged over the areas. We have some more little trays. You can watch the video on how we make these, except for Jackie makes these one at a time. There's another one. These are just one-of-a-kind carvings and stampings. It was chilly this morning and it's warmed up pretty warm now. I would say we're getting 75 to 80 degrees at the moment. There's a tiny little cat head. Ghost cat. I'll describe these quickly. Colors: apple green, matte turquoise, and blue, and this is my mouse grey with oatmeal on the bottom. Does that nice sort of frothy look. Bakery, or it was a special order. This lady ordered these. I'm not sure what CCCU means. CC University? CC whatever. One for the CCU. It's actually matte turquoise, variegated blue and oatmeal, and matte turquoise, apple green, and I'm not sure, probably variegated blue, I think, on the bottom. Here's the cones. That was the top. So we had cone 6.5 on the top, and this was the bottom. And here we had cone probably 5.5, I would say. So even though the temperature was really totally accurate, the thermocouples are in the wall here, and inside the kiln it wasn't quite as hot. So what it means is I have to make the kiln get hotter where that thermocouple is at the bottom to even out the temperature in the kiln a bit. So what I will do next time is close the damper down. No, I'll open the damper down up even more, so we get that better temperature, even temperature. So I need to draw more air and heat and gas down to the bottom of the kiln. But that was pretty close. Cone 7 is barely bending, just maybe a touch, and here it was bent over. So 6.5, and I would say almost a full cone 6. And then down here, somebody commissioned some flat bowls to eat out of. They call them pasta bowls. That's grey. Bright blue again. And purple with the variegated blue. Now these are experiments. I did all sorts of pourings and brushings in these. So basically random pouring of glaze and then slip trailing some color, like you can see a little bit of cranberry in places. So it's a little more subtle than I was expecting, but there you go. They kind of have, you can see in that picture there that they have some kind of variation in the actual color. And then the outside, I wanted to show chattering. How about that? Looks really good. And this, the same thing, we've got the chattering showing up. And then on the inside it's mouse gray with bright blue and variegated blue and a few lines of the cranberry. They're kind of dark. More a bakery mug. So I have a whole bunch of spares for her. Purple and apple green. Matte turquoise, variegated blue and oatmeal are really good examples of those combinations. And we've got some more flat balls. Otherwise we have a few more fish in here. But there's a little diving fish and there's another one. Oh, and here's one of my standard pieces. This one is, I would say, a touch underfied. It's at the back at the very top. And that blue is less bright, and the oatmeal is much more, hasn't kind of crystallized as much, so that's when I know it's a bit cooler on the top of them. And that was almost touching the roof on the top, but it's still sort of glossy. But I do feel like that one could have benefit from another firing, although somebody else might like it just the way it is. A couple more for that CCU. Two more for that CCU. I'll go over these very quickly because you've seen plenty of mugs in my videos. And two more CCU. That's the Icelandic coloring, and this is more of a landscape folk art white with my yellow ochre on the top. There's blue, apple green, and folk art white. And then the mouse gray with oatmeal over it. Ooh, that's interesting. I actually poured glaze in to do the green over the folk art white, and then I wiped the bottom out with a sponge before it dried, and then I poured blue in and swished that around. And that came out kind of interesting. It's like the landscape that I do on the mugs, but on the inside of a bowl, which is very hard. You can't pour it. So I tried that way of doing it. And their glaze didn't adhere, but that doesn't bother me actually. You can see the glaze is didn't quite go down as far. Kind of looks like the landscape in the distance. Three of them, we've gone over these again, but this is the baby blue glaze, which seems to be not maturing properly. I think it needs to be fired a little hotter. So what I might do with that is add a bit more frit to this glaze and see what it does. And then apple green, blue, and folk art white. These are pretty. A couple of Tenmoku gold with apple green. That worked out very nice. Really beautiful Tenmoku gold. A couple of the same Tenmoku gold with blue on the outside instead of green. A couple of little fish trays by Jackie. Another little fish tray. Here we have a really nice Icelandic platter. That's where the oatmeal does its crystallizing stuff and looks really nice. So that's a 15, maybe 16-inch platter. Two trays. Actually, two more fish. They were surrounding the platters. Here's a happy fish. Another happy fish. He's smirking. Wowee. This was a big experiment. But look at that. It's based on the Cove series where the water's coming into the bay with the hills either side. That's very nice. I didn't want the yellow to be too overpowering, so I put folk art white over the top of the yellow. It was a little hotter in that area because this is that baby blue glaze and it's not doing that. It looks more fired properly here, so that's probably just 5-10 degrees hotter, and it did that. Speckled baby blue glaze, it's very much like variegated blue but a bit more even. And they got other glazes over the top, but I don't remember what I did. Looks like dark blue or bright blue over there. Bunch of purple ones, and one with the baby blue. The chun green is nice. There's another purple. Probably got the apple green over the top there with oatmeal on the bottom. 2 sinks last week, which is lucky because I had some made. So I just glazed this one up to do like the Cove series thing. And that's kind of fun. It'll take the right person for that, I think. Can you imagine it in a sink on a little dresser? I think so. There's another one of those bowls that I sold it straight away when it did that weird thing in a couple videos back on kiln unloadings where the dark blue with a big line of looked like an abstract kind of brush mark, but I thought it was going to be a refire, but I put it out and it sold the same couple of days. There's the blue green copper red doing its classic turquoise. They were chattering on the back. Apple green, folk art white, purples with variegated blue and oatmeal over the top. Matte turquoise, chun green, and baby blue with apple green over the top, and then variegated blue and oatmeal again. I had to move the arrangement. The sun hit the table. It's warm today, so you got a slightly different view now. Large. Oh, look at that! The sun is so bright. Anyway, large cookie jar. Keep it in here. Tenmaku gold, variegated blue with some oatmeal. Does it go in the sunlight? Is that any better? Well, maybe it's not too bad. It shows the Tenmaku gold beautifully. Is it going to show? Oh, no. It's kind of hard to see the colors in the sun. Step back in the shade. So it's mouse grey blues. And apple green and matte turquoise, I think. Oh no, it's mouse grey in the middle. And a really bright yellow one will stay out of the sun for that. Is it going to do good in the sun? No. Apple green, bright yellow, and I think it's matte turquoise on the top of mouse green underneath. And that's it for the firing. So even though it was a really good firing, temperature-wise very even on the pyrometer, the cones were different. So I think I need to encourage the air to get hotter at the bottom, and then maybe have a bit of a soak when it gets to temperature, and then the top can catch up to the bottom. That might be a little easier. So I'm still tweaking. Thanks for listening and watching. So and hopefully you're getting some from this, and keep clicking on the subscribe buttons if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much again.